Umbanda is one of the most enigmatic and fascinating religions in Brazil. Born from the encounter of different spiritual traditions, it teaches us that the path to self-knowledge and evolution lies in respecting religious diversity and connecting with spiritual guides. Today, we will explore the history of Umbanda, its origin, beliefs, and mysteries, on a journey to understand how this faith became a pillar of Brazilian spirituality. Get ready to discover the power and wisdom of Umbanda. The history of Umbanda begins with the meeting of cultures in colonial Brazil. Slavery brought millions of Africans to Brazil, where they were forced to live under European domination. In this scenario, cultural and spiritual resistance was fundamental. Africans, with their beliefs and spiritual traditions, united with local indigenous beliefs and European Catholicism, forming a new spiritual identity. Umbanda was born from this fusion of traditions: African candomblé, Kardecist spiritism, Catholicism, and indigenous cults. The historical milestone that consolidated Umbanda as its own religion occurred on November 15, 1908, in the city of Niterói, Rio de Janeiro. The young Zélio Fernandino de Moraes, who had been manifesting spiritual phenomena since adolescence, participated in a spiritist session that changed the course of his life. During this session, he incorporated a spirit that introduced itself as Caboclo of the Seven Crossroads. This spirit announced the founding of a new religion, which would differ from traditional spiritism by accepting the manifestation of spirits considered inferior by the Kardecist doctrine, such as caboclos, old black spirits, and exus. Zélio was instructed to open a spiritual center that would welcome these marginalized spirits without discrimination. Thus, the first Umbanda temple was born, the spiritual tent of Our Lady of Mercy. From there, the religion began to expand, blending African and indigenous practices with the influences of Catholicism and European spiritism. Umbanda is based on a strong connection with the spiritual world. Mediums act as bridges between the material and spiritual planes, incorporating spirits who guide and help people in their daily lives. These spirits are called guides and manifest in different lines or groups, representing archetypes of Brazilian culture and the spiritual history of the country. Among the most important guides in Umbanda are the old black spirits, who represent the ancestral wisdom of the old African slaves, with their soft speech and simple but profound advice. Caboclos, on the other hand, represent indigenous warriors, with their strength and connection to nature. There are also children, or Iris, who bring the purity and joy of infant spirits, and the exus, who, contrary to what many think, are not demons but spirits that deal with denser energies, acting as messengers between the spiritual and material worlds. Religious syncretism is one of the most striking features of Umbanda. To preserve their traditions in an environment of religious persecution, Africans in Brazil syncretized their deities, the Orixás, with Catholic saints. For example, Iemanjá, the Queen of the Sea, was associated with Our Lady of the Navigators, and Oxalá, the Great Father, with Lord of Bonfim or Jesus Christ. This syncretism still reflects in modern Umbanda practices. Although many Umbandistas recognize the differences between saints and Orixás, the celebrations often mix both as a way to honor their roots and traditions. One of the most well-known and important rituals of Umbanda is the gira. The giras take place in spiritual centers or temples, where the mediums, dressed in white, gather in a circle to invoke the spiritual guides. During the gira, the mediums incorporate these spirits, who manifest to give advice, guidance, and help balance the energies of those present. Drums, known as atabaques, are essential in the giras. Along with the sung points, specific chants for each guide and Orixá, they help create the spiritual vibration that facilitates the incorporation of spirits. Each sung point is an invocation, a way to attract the spiritual guide and open the path for their manifestation. Offerings are another important element in Umbanda practices. They are placed in sacred places such as rivers, forests, and crossroads, depending on the guide or Orixá to whom the offering is dedicated. These offerings may include flowers, fruits, candles, food, and drinks, and their purpose is to balance energies, give thanks, or ask for spiritual assistance. One of the most enigmatic aspects of Umbanda is the exus and pombagiras. These spirits deal with denser and more earthly energies, but that does not mean they are evil. In fact, they are considered guardians of crossroads, protectors who help guide people in their life choices and decisions, always respecting free will. Umbanda is based on three fundamental pillars: charity, love for others, and spiritual evolution. Charity is considered the greatest of virtues, and mediums dedicate themselves to voluntary spiritual work, offering consultations and passes without charging anything, seeking to help those in need without expecting material return. The practice of charity in Umbanda is linked to the idea of spiritual evolution. Umbanda believes that we are all in a constant process of growth, both in the material and spiritual planes. Evolution is not only for the incarnated but also for the spirits, who, by working to help the living, also progress in their spiritual journey. Umbanda teaches that all beings, human or spiritual, are connected and that true evolution is only achieved through love, compassion, and dedication to the well-being of others. Thus, mediums act as instruments of healing and guidance, always aiming to promote balance between body, mind, and spirit. Did you know that Umbanda is a genuinely Brazilian religion? It was created here, from the rich mix of African, Indigenous, and European traditions. It is an inclusive religion that welcomes people of all social classes, races, and creeds. Another interesting curiosity is that during New Year's Eve in Brazil, it is common to see people making offerings to Imanya, even if they are not practicing Umbandistas. This tradition of offering flowers and candles to the sea shows how deeply Umbanda is rooted in Brazilian popular culture. The use of the color white in the giras and ceremonies symbolizes spiritual purity, peace, and balance. It is a color that reflects the search for harmony and the cleansing of energies. Umbanda is much more than a religion. It is a philosophy of life that values spirituality, charity, and evolution. It teaches us that the connection with the spiritual is simple, accessible, and open to all. Umbanda is an invitation for all of us to seek self-knowledge and harmony, whether through faith, charity, or love for others. If you are interested in spirituality, consciousness expansion, and learning more about religions like Umbanda, subscribe to the channel and leave your comments below. Now that you know, comment below if you were already familiar with the history of Umbanda in Brazil. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.